In this short video, I'm going to show you how to make a doll just like this. These are the tools you'll need and the supplies. So let's get to it. A piece of wood, 3/4 by 3/4 works great for this, although any kind of wood would work. You can see 3/4 by 3/4, 1 by 2, a stick would work. There's the doll. I'm going to make the neck. Here is our neck. And it's really arbitrary. You can make the head whatever size you want. This is a great project to make with little kids and have them decide the body proportions. You're going to make a dot for the arms, and then we'll make a dot for the legs, and then we'll decide where to cut off the piece of wood. That looks pretty good. And I just eyeball it. You can do it whatever size you want. I'm going to use a C-clamp to hold this onto a work surface. In this case, I'm using a workbench. And you see I have it on the bench. I'm putting a clamping block on top. I'm using a 4-inch C-clamp to hold it in place. I want to make sure it's nice and secure. Now I can use a rat tail file. That's a 1/4-inch rat tail file. If you're going to go buy one, make sure you buy a handle to go with it. And I'm just making the neck. And the depth is really whatever you want. I find that deeper looks better. Although too deep, you end up cutting off the head. So that's kind of tricky with it. There you have it. And I'm just going to keep on working on that for a while here. Now I'm going to turn it over to do the other side. There we go. You can see the other side of it. Same deal. Just working on it like that, making it get around as possible. There we are. Yeah. Now that I've made the neck, I'm going to drill the 2 holes. I'm going to use a 1/4-inch drill bit in a cordless power drill. Using the power drill, it's really important that you keep your arm and hand carefully braced. If you're doing this with a child, hold it with them. If that drill bit catches in the wood, the drill itself spins, and that's quite dangerous. So I'll drill both my holes. There we go. I use the slow speed on the drill just because it's easier to control on a small project like this. And when I'm working with children, I always use the slow speed. Now I'm going to cut off that line. The saw I'm going to use for this is a coping saw. And it's like 10 teeth per inch on the blade. It's a great tool for doing all kinds of projects. I hold it like a tennis racket, and I pull up and down. And I can turn it to steer it. I have to steer it straight even, and I'm going to gently push forward as I do this, holding the saw as vertical as possible. Doesn't matter that I've got a chip there. I'm going to sand this. It is, after all, a doll. It's not a piece of fine furniture. Then I'm going to use a sanding block. It's just a 1/4 sheet of medium grit sandpaper, like 100 grit, that I have stapled onto a piece of 1x4. And that works great for a sanding block. You can buy commercial sanding blocks if you want, but I find this works best with kids, and you can replace the sandpaper really easily. I want to sand all the edges and corners. If you're doing this with a child, there's all kinds of ways to do it. One is to hold the block and the wood in your hands. Another is to put the block on the table and sand it that way. And you'll see me do that in just a moment here, where I put the block on a surface and just move the wood I'm sanding on top of it. It's a really great way to do it with a small piece of wood like this. There we go. See? Now I can do that way, and I can just hold it this way. If it's a small child you're working with that wants to do this works best for them. They can hold the smaller piece, and much easier to manipulate. And it's pretty much rubbing it all off, making it all nice and round. And this is, of course, the tedious part of the job, but just, remember that you're going to want to have it for a long time, whether it's a doll or whatever. So here we go. That's almost done sanding, and shortly we'll be ready to put on the arms and legs. Checking it with my fingers and also getting in that neck part. I use the edge of the sanding block. You can also just take a rolled up piece of sandpaper to get in there. I sometimes use a piece of sandpaper wrapped around a chopstick, and that works really well for it, or wrapped around a dowel. There we go. that is the doll all sanded, and I'm ready to put on the arms and legs. Okay, I'm going to start by putting the 1/4-inch Venetian blind cord into the hole. This is the hardest part, actually, is getting that rope to go into the hole. I find pushing and twisting is the best method. Once I've got it in the hole, I am going to make the hand. And I do that by making an overhand knot and putting the end through like that. There's my hand. For the shoulder, I'm going to do the same. An overhand knot. And then for the other shoulder, I'm not going to cut the rope. I'm going to make a bigger loop and put the whole person through it. And now my knot is on the correct side of the person, and I am ready to pull it tight for the shoulder. And then I can do the other hand the same way. I make a big loop, and I put the person through it. There you have it. The other hand, and you just want to make sure the arms are the same length, if that's desirable. Some kids like the arms to be different lengths and the legs to be different lengths. You get some pretty funny looking people. It's really cool. A lot of diversity out there. So now I'm going to use scissors and just cut off that extra bit of rope. And do exactly the same operation with the legs. Poke it into the hole. Again, that's the hard part, getting it into the hole. And then pull it through and make the foot and the hip. And you'll see me do that right here with just the overhand knots. Foot. And we'll do the hip. I like to make the legs a bit longer than the arms. There we go. And pull it through. I find that kids have a real hard time with this, but if you make a whole bunch of dolls, they get really good at it. It just takes practice, especially the second part, making the big loop and putting the doll through it. That is the hard part, remembering that you can put the doll all the way through the loop too. Now I'll pull that hip too, just like I did for the shoulder up above, and we'll do the other foot, same way. Make the loop, put the doll through it, and pull it tight again. Want to make my legs the same length. And there we have it, almost all done. Okay, pull it tight. You can kind of pull the knot one way or the other when you tighten it up. And then I'll cut it off with a pair of scissors. And the doll is all done. I'm trimming off those extra bits too. That helps out, doesn't it? There you go. There's the doll. There is one more step to do with the doll, and I'm about to do it. You'll see him resting nicely there. Oh, well, he fell over backwards. He's a bit tired after all that work. Here we are, the last step with the doll. And I find kids love to decorate their dolls with all kinds of things. They put color them and put capes and clothes and all kinds of things. And we're going to say bye for now. Hope to see you again later on. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoy making a simple wooden doll.